Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is 11:19, and we are very, very, very excited to be with you today. Thomas Dubois here, just doing my little part. Andrea, if you see Sarah come on, please let me know. I want to kick it to her if she gets on in time. But it's a beautiful morning here in Colorado, and we're getting geared up for a little bit of a storm coming in, and feeling like the holidays coming up. And speaking of the holidays, we will have Miss Angie next Tuesday. So we got a good lineup going on. We got Herschel today. We always love that. We have Miss Phyllis tomorrow, who is just an awesome teacher trainer. What do they call the assistants now? What is that term?
Wranglers.
The Wranglers. Yeah, so she's a Wrangler. All right. And so we're excited to hear from her tomorrow. She's going to teach us some stuff. And Mr. Brad Varnell on Friday, that's going to bring it, and he's an influencer and just awesome. And then on Tuesday of next week we have Angie. We will be taking off Thursday and Friday of next week, so we will only do Tuesday and Wednesday of next week for the holiday, and so we'll leave Thursday and Friday for you guys putting in all your family members. That's what we'll save that for. So gosh, I've enjoyed these trainings and they've been very, very beneficial. And they should be a tool for you, not just for now, but a tool for you for the going future. Okay, couple things. A little bit of excitement in the air for most because of ACH. I tried to go and fudge an application to get to see if it's on the back office yet. And I know by like 10 or 11 o'clock, I'll be able to report to you guys as we put a few people in. If you put somebody in this morning and you see that it's on there, please let me know. Or if you see a post that makes sense for our team. Like we don't like to post everything that everybody posts till we till we check it, right? Like if I see something on Telegram, I'm gonna put it on the Ranger stream first to make sure that it's legit. Like yesterday's announcement for the extension, I wasn't ready to post that until I got confirmation, and I was really grateful for that confirmation. So you got till Saturday to let people in on BOGO. So this is a big deal financially, guys, for somebody that comes in and might build or wants to build. It's one of the reasons why I'm grateful, like I got my brother in and whatnot prior to that deadline. So just lots of cool things there. So maybe some of you are waiting to get with family until next week when you get together with them on Thanksgiving. And because Andrea told me she's getting with family, so it made me think of this, that you might try to push that date up 1 week for them. Why? Because of the holidays, right? And I might suggest to Bobby that we give it through the holidays so people can get their family members in. I'm gonna throw that out there. So I'm gonna make that suggestion on the Ranger stream while Herschel's teaching. So we'll see. We'll just see how that works out. If not, you got 2 days to do it, okay? But I'm going to make the suggestion on the Ranger stream. Usually, they don't add too much value to my. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of stuff that goes on the Ranger stream. Let me tell you, it's chatterboxed. So that's awesome. Okay, so we'll do that. But we do. Mario says he is watching from Italy. So welcome, Mario from Italy. He is normally in Florida, but we are grateful that he's out there with family doing the Italian thing. Way to go, Mario. We love you. Okay, so let's get back to ACH. Please set yourself and your team's realistic expectations. On the other end of ACH is a certain entity that can shut that off at any time. So if we get people addicted to it too much, we then have dependent dependent miners instead of independent miners. We have worked really hard for 3 weeks to keep working towards, and we said that we're going to do it till the end of the year at least, for 4 days a week to make independent miners. Don't allow everybody to regress on something that can turn off tomorrow. We must get people started and moving in the right direction, with being independent with crypto, with being self-sufficient with crypto. It is very, very, very important. There's a whole bunch of interesting stuff coming out of the White House and whatnot about crypto. So get ready, folks. A lot of red tape's about to go away. So when some of that happens, then I'm not as fearful about ACH going away, if you know what I mean. So we've talked about it a lot on here on here about, banks. We love banks, but they're here to protect all of their clientele, and they're not, they if they don't know what's going on, then they will flag you on whatnot, and that could very well happen with the ACH situation. Not on your end, but on the end of the company who has decided, because Bobby for almost a year now hasn't wanted. That's why he put peer payments into place. Hasn't wanted to connect directly, and take take that on as a company, but he is taking it on as a company, and so we're so grateful. And I don't want to dig into anybody's excitement, but I want to be really realistic that what we're doing right now is getting people independent, because we are what are we again? No, I'm kidding. I hate when I don't even like when I do that. But are you listening? No, I hate that. So I won't do that ever again. But what I'm sharing with you is that we're a crypto company, and we got to get our people crypto savvy. And that's what we're about to do today. And we're about to do that with one of the best, Mr. Herschel Crow. Herschel needs no introduction to this group, but if you're new on here, the man has some intelligence, and can water things down to a brain like mine, and make some sense of technologically crazy stuff to me. He can make some sense of it so that I understand it clearly. And can't think of anybody that between, I shouldn't have said that, because all of the teachers on here are wonderful. I just set myself up. I'm going to get a text from Corey. What do you mean Herschel's the best? Yeah. Well, I think Herschel's awesome. So, Herschel, take it away. We appreciate you. And I'll get my foot out of my mouth.
No problem, Thomas, and good morning. Welcome to everyone. This morning, I want to dovetail off of just real quickly what Thomas was just sharing with everyone. I was extremely excited on the call last night to hear Bobby talk about the ACH, because I know and understand what that means to the community, the project as a whole, right? And the speed in which we can pick that momentum up or what have you. But at the same time, and Thomas just said it, this is a crypto project. We're in the crypto space, and we want the people that are involved to understand, at least at the basic levels, the basics of how to operate in and around the crypto space. And when we talk about the basics, that's being able to buy crypto, send crypto, receive crypto, and secure crypto. Those are the basics. What ACH is doing falls into that basic area that we can cover if we know crypto. And, it's great until it's not, right? So this community, this team, the people that are not on this team, that are under the sound of my voice or whatever, are all going to position ourselves to be able to buy, send, receive, and secure crypto. Because there's another, you hear Bobby talk about phase 2, phase 3. We're still in phase 1 right now. The project is still in phase 1. Some people are, this is phase 1 of their crypto journey. We want to start moving toward phase 2 as well. And phase 2 is when the project gets to a point where the mine has been built out. Now, think about how does the value of our asset, the coins that we're mining on a daily basis, how does the value of that go up? It goes up with utilization. Well, in order for us to have utilization, we need more people in the market that know how to use it or what have. And the more people that this community can groom now, think about the multiple effect that comes from having more people that can share with other people how to use it. Forget talking about buying miners or any of that, just the basic utilization. And when we talk about mass adoption, that's how mass adoption happens. That multitude effect. It's 42 people on this call. If each one of us goes and shares our knowledge with 2 people, we just added 84 people that were knowledgeable. Now we got 100 and whatever that is. I know Corey just did the math. 126 people that are now can go and share with some others. And that's how it happens. And that's how it happens across the board. And that's why the crypto space as a whole is starting to get bigger and bigger, because we have more people that are starting to understand it, not just throwing some money into something and hoping that they get rich one day. It's adoption and actual utilization is where the value comes from. With that being said, there's we always have to have an on ramp. And many of the calls that have been that have taken place in this community have been places to actually go and buy crypto or to exchange crypto. Today, we're not going to be working on or focusing on purchasing any crypto today. But what we're going to be doing is going over one of the exchanges that TXC, or the Texas coin, is now listed on. Many of you that have been around for a while are familiar with Dex Dash Trade. And Thomas, help me out here, because I do not have all of them committed to memory as of yet, or any of you other leaders that are on here. We're now available on Dex Dash Trade. We're available on Pionex. And what other exchanges are we available on?
Well,
Economy,
There you go.
Economy, Bitmart.
By Economy, Bitmart. Okay.
Pionex.
Bitmart, Pionex,
Uniswap,
Dex Trade, and Uniswap.
and ju.com or something like that.
MEXC.
Mexi,
Week,
Oh, is that
Bing
what it
X,
is?
Bing X,
Jew.com. JU.com.
Okay.
Pickle. PICOL. And some of these you guys might have said. Biconomy, Bionex, Dextrade, Uniswap, XT.com, Bitmart, and Mexi. So that is 9.
That is strong. Why do I say that? Because what's happening is this project is now starting to make its way through, not necessarily your major crypto exchanges, because even if you're new to crypto on this call, you've probably heard of Coinbase at some point. Coinbase, and I'm not sure if everybody can see me or just Thomas or whatever. Are y'all able to see me on the screen? I may have to
Yes,
change my view.
yes, you
Oh,
should.
okay.
You're,
Okay, I
you're
may have
front
to
and
change
center.
my view. Oh, okay. There we go. I like to see everybody. Um, most of us are familiar with Coinbase. Well, that's one of your major crypto exchanges that's based here in the United States, or whatever, and is actually publicly traded. So as we make our way through some of your smaller exchanges over time, that means the coin is available in more markets, different geographic locations. Individuals focus on different exchanges. So just like, I don't know, I know down in Florida, I believe they have grocery stores called Publix. And here in Texas, we have HEB. Some other places, it may be Kroger or whatever the case is as it pertains to grocery stores, right? Well, there are some products that are available on the shelf at HEB in Texas that may not be on the shelf in Florida at Publix. But guess what? When you have brands like Campbell's Soup, you're going to find that everywhere, right? You're going to find it everywhere. So as when this project first started, we were on Dextrade. Dextrade, small, regional, think about a small regional grocery store that we were on the shelves there, but the volume of sales and the growth that took place in that little grocery store with that product garnered that brand, or this product in this scenario, the ability to attract the attention of other stores, i.e. exchanges, that allowed us to start expanding our market. And the more growth we get, then we start finding ourselves on the shelves of Walmart, where you can find it everywhere, in and out of the country. And that's the progression, that's the path that we're currently taking with Texacoin at this particular time. So the fact that we're now available on 9 different platforms or exchanges is great. That means more people have access to the coin. One of those exchanges, we had a member yesterday, I don't even remember the name, but thank you for suggesting we go over Pionex. But today what we're going to do is we're going to take one of those exchanges, and just out of curiosity, put a 1 in the chat if you have already gone and set up an account with Pionex. I'm just curious who's actually been out there and taken a look at it and done a transaction. Not just set it up, but set it up and did a transaction on it. The reason why I asked that question is because I always have to leave an exception in there somewhere, because there, as soon as I say all exchanges operate the same, somebody will come with one that is just atypical for some strange reason or whatever. But by and large, all exchanges operate the exact same way. They may just have their buttons and their user interface structured differently from an aesthetic perspective. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to share my screen here, is screen 2. Yep. Share. All right. I'll leave that out. Now, if you go to Pionex, and you can get to Pionex by going to pionex.us. Pionex does have an app that you can use on your Android or your Apple device as well. And so this process can be done in either fashion. However, today, for visibility purposes, we're going to do this on the computer. When you go to Pionex, the first thing you're going to want to do is to actually register an account. So if you click on register, it's simply going to ask you for an email address.
Then I got off
phone with her, and it's going to ask you to create a password. It's going to ask you to agree to their terms. I don't have a referral code, and I register. It's going to send a code to your email. To then paste into system to make sure it's your email. And voila, you now have created an account. However, so I technically could close this down and actually go and play around. However, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot deposit or withdraw from this account until you complete the KYC process and verify your identity. So I have already created an account under a different profile, my actual profile, or whatever, but I wanted you guys to be able to see this part of the process. You would put in your country, your social security number or TIN number, and let them know whether you want to use your driver's license, state ID, or your passport. And if you use your passport, they will also ask you for some other form of a valid proof of physical address or whatever. So just keep that in mind. And if you complete this and you click next, at that point, it will ask you to provide them with a copy of the front and back of your driver's license or the passport and proof of address in the form of a picture. You can upload that in the form of a PDF, or there will be a button. If you're doing this on a computer, there will be a button that will allow you to switch to your phone, typically where it's easier to handle and use your camera, or you can complete the process on your computer. It will be your choice at that time. It's very intuitive and easy to follow along to actually set the account up. Once you've completed that part of the process, then you will actually have your Pionex account that you can then log into. When you get here, and we're just going to go through some basic elements of the exchange, just that, and some of this is, well, actually, none of this is really specific to Texit in and of itself, other than the fact that this is a grocery store. And inside this grocery store, we have a lot of different products on the shelf inside of this grocery store. It just so happens that TXC happens to be one of the products that's on the shelf that is available inside the exchange. And I'm gonna come off this screen real quick because I know a lot of people are saying, whoa, wait a minute. There go all them charts and graphs and lines and squigglies and all those type of things that I'm familiar with. And, I'm afraid to, get involved with that because I'm scared I'm gonna mess something up, or I really don't understand it. And I have to be a, computer genius to be able to figure out, and that is not the case. Because if you understand the concept of what an exchange does, just like if you walked into Walmart right now, you may not know where everything is, but you've been to Walmarts before. You've been to other grocery stores before. I believe even if they did not have signs up, or if the floor plan was different than the Walmart that you're familiar with, I'm pretty sure you could find the aisle with the Campbell soup on it, right? This is no different. once you've spent some time on an exchange and just looked at it and played around, it becomes easier and easier to understand what's going on. And we could put any exchange in front of you and you would know how to maneuver within it. So I'm just going to go back and yeah, just click the back button here. So when you sign in to begin with, you're going to be on this main page and gives you a complete market overview. At the top, all they're doing is giving you the top coins by market cap for the day or at that present time. Is giving you the top gainers, meaning on this exchange, is showing you all the top 3 coins by performance, typically over the course of the last 24 hours. And that 24 hours is a rolling 24 hours in real time. So if you had purchased TNSR 24 hours ago, it's now 84 cents. Whatever value it was at that time, it has gone up 127% in the last 24 hours. So whoever bought that was happy, at this particular point, or what have you. So that's why these titles or the top things are listed here, because some people go to an exchange some people go to different exchanges for different reasons. Some go to just see what's, the hottest thing smoking. Some people go to look and say, okay, what's losing so I can make sure I stay away from it. Or some people may look at this and say, I want to get the stuff that's at the lowest price because I may have the most earning potential. Who knows? Different reasons for different people, but it's just like going to Walmart. You're not looking for everything inside of Walmart. You're going in there to get the items that you need to take care of whatever it is you need to take care of. Every now and then you may walk down the aisle and just pick something up, but by and large, you're going to get what you're looking for. And in this case, that's TXC. So let's just say you wanted to purchase, and I'm going to go through this just so a person can determine whether or not this would be the place where you wanted to purchase your crypto or not. Because yes, you can purchase crypto on Binance. On Pionex. To do so, you can go in the top right here. You can actually click on wallet and you can deposit USD into your account. If you click on deposit USD, you will see that it gives you the option to do it via ACH directly from your bank account. You can do it via debit card, or you can do it via a wire transfer. Now, let's look at each one of those options real quick. If you deposit using an ACH, there's 0 fees for a new account. They give you a limited time offer where there's 0 deposit fees. Some people may look at that and say, you know what? That's great. I want to do that. It's not going to cost me anything. However, you can only deposit up to $6,000 limit for any rolling 10-day period. So keep that limit in mind. The processing time for an ACH deposit will typically arrive within 0 to 4 business days. 0 to 4 business days, even though the funds have been taken out of your bank account. Once those funds hit the exchange, however, and this is where we all have to understand where we're doing what and why. Here, for all of that to settle and for security reasons, you're looking at having to wait 14 full days from the time Pionex received the payment before you can actually pull those funds off in crypto or cash at that particular point. You have to wait that 14-day period. And if in fact there was any kind of red flags or anything with you and or your account, your information, your account activity, or any of those things, they reserve the right to hold for up to 60 days. So you want to be really, really conscious or cognizant of that fact. If you use the debit card, we'll go through these a little faster now. If you use the debit card, you're looking at a 30-cent fee plus 2.9% of whatever amount it is that you are wanting to acquire. You can only do $3,000 a day, and you can only do $10,000 a week, and up and 20 grand for the entire month. When you use cards, it is instant, typically instant, or hit your account in seconds. However, you still have a hold period with debit cards on Pionex. That could be up to 10 full days. And again, if they detected any unauthorized activity or felt that there was any fraud, you're still looking at potentially having those assets held for up to 60 days. And they make you make sure you click and agree that you understand those terms along with their chargeback policy and refund policy. If you do a wire transfer into Pionex, they provide you the wiring instructions. And then we come down and we want to make sure we read the fine print here as well. When you send a wire, they automatically put a 24-hour hold on your wire before funds are deposited received into your account. And you're looking at, even on a bank wire, a 7-day holding period will be implemented. So make sure you are aware of those limitations, time periods, if you choose to put Pionex into your on-ramp option list or onto your on-ramp option list. Based on, and I'm just going to speak for me and most of the people that have experience in the space at this particular point in time, Pionex may not be the place for most of us to use as a purchasing point, on ramping, buying crypto. However, we may, and I do, from my experience, I do like the layout of Pionex. It is simple and easier to understand than some. So it may not be the place where I purchase my crypto, but I may evaluate using it to do any maneuvering of TXC that I may need to perform, because the layout is relatively simple. So I am going to go to, this is if you wanted to deposit in US dollars. Now, if, for example, you either already have some TXC and you wanted to, let's say, convert it into a spendable form, then you could send your TXC by clicking or going to your wallet and clicking receive crypto. Let me see from here. And then on the left-hand side, you will see that it defaults to USDT Tether, but you can always go here and type in the coin that you would like to receive. And if you click on it, it will then give you, now that you have your own account with Pionex, it assigns you a permanent wallet address to your exchange. So this would then be your wallet address inside of your Pionex account. You would then copy this address, and then you would go to wherever you had your TXC stored. And if it was in the TXC wallet and not on another exchange somewhere, you would go to the Mine TXC. I'm sorry, you would go to your TXC wallet on the app on your phone, and then you would paste this address in to send that crypto to. And then you would see it once you deposited it. And if you went to your account let me see here. See, I'm learning this stuff at the same time you guys are. How fun. Let me refresh the screen real quick. And I'm going to go to, I want to see my overview. I guess I'm already on that page, huh? My wallet. Boom, boom, boom. I should probably send some crypto over here. Corey, send me some crypto. No, send me some TXE, Corey. Um, because I don't have any, that's why it's not showing up. I'm on the right page, but because I don't have any assets in here as of yet, it's not showing anything. But if I did send it, it would actually show in my total balance right here. It would give me the value of it, and it would give you a list of all the assets in your in the account in and of itself. But that is how you would send TXC here. Now, let's just say I had TXC in my account already, and I wanted to convert that to USDT so that I could then off ramp it to my bank account or put it on a debit card and spend it or whatever the case is. Then I would want to trade. Do you remember that? I would want to trade my TXC. And to do that, you would go to trade and you would click on spot trading. We don't want a trading bot to do anything. That's just a feature that is available at this particular store. Okay, we're walking down the aisles. There's some things that we just have no interest in at this time. Later on down the road, you may. But right now, we don't have any interest in a trading bot, so we won't even click on that or look at what that is. What we want to look for is spot trading. What is spot trading? Spot trading is when you actually, or see if I can get me a little tool here. I think it will. Yeah. I'm going to see. Spot trading, I'm just going to move this out the way real quick, is when you see people going through the process of buying low, waiting for the market to go up, and they're selling. Meaning you can only buy low and sell, or you can buy high and it can drop on you. But I'm trying to, I don't want to get too far. I don't want to get into trading, but that's where you can actually buy a asset. And when you buy that asset, the value of it can either go up or it can go down. And typically is why you see the charts doing this number, because the price is constantly moving or what have you. And spot trading is the category that actually falls in, and you're not leveraging any of your money. If you don't know what I mean by leveraging, forget I said it. But for those of you that do understand that, spot trading is dollar for dollar and does not involve any leveraging whatsoever. So TXC is paired with USDT. TXC is paired with USDT, meaning if I want to sell my TXC, I have to basically and when we on an exchange, when we say sell TXC, when we say exchange TXC, or if you hear the term swap TXC, all of those really mean the same thing. in that I want to take my TXC and turn it into USDT. If I had USDT and I wanted TXC, it would be the same thing. I would be purchasing TXC with my USDT. So long and short of it is you just want to find TXC. It will show you what it is paired with in that moment. But when you go to the trade screen, forget all of this information, all these numbers, colors. Even in this instance, you don't even have to worry about this chart, because most of us, when we're taking our TXC and we're selling it, or if we have some USDT and we want to buy some TXC, we're looking to do it in that instant, in that moment, in and of itself. And the only thing that you would need to look at would be right here, where you can actually place your order. And in this section, if I had TXC already, I would want to click on sell. And I would want to sell my TXC, and then it would put it into USDT. But if you look right here, it gives me three options. It says limit, it says market, and it says grid sell. You won't need grid sell ever. Unless, you won't need grid sell at all. So you're going to be looking at a limit order or a market order. What's the difference? A limit order says the price of let me see, the price of TXC right now is $3.36. A limit order would be me saying, you know what, I want to buy more TXC, but I don't want to do it until I want to get a better price. So if the price of TXC drops down to 305, that's when I want to, well, it would be a buy, but that's when I want to buy more TXC. So then I would come up here and I would put in 305, and then I'd put in how, I don't have it in here, so I can't do it now. I would put in the amount of TXC that I wanted to acquire, and nothing would happen until the price of TXC made its way down to 305. And then it would execute my order at a future time and or date. We don't want to do that. We want to sell, in this case, we want to sell our TXC right now. And since we want to sell it right now, we want to do a market order, not a limit order. That's a future time or a future price. A market order says, I want to execute my transaction, whether it's a buy or a sell, immediately. And whatever the current price is, I want to do it now. And all you would do is, in this case, if I had TXC and I wanted to put it into USDT, I would click sell, I would click market order, I would determine the amount that I wanted, or I could slide this little nodule over and say 100%. You know, may make it easy for you these days. You could do 9%, 10%, 16%. You could slide this to whatever percentage of the amount that you had, you could sell in this instance, or you could type it in, either way. And then all you would do is click the sell button. And you would then be able to execute that transaction at that time. Same thing if you had USDT and you wanted to purchase TXC, i.e., price is down a little bit right now, and you're saying, you know what, I know I'm mining it, but I have a little extra USDT hanging around. You could send that to Pionex. And once it was here, you could go to buy. You want to go to market order or limit. At that time, you can choose a limit, but you can go to market order and you can say, you know what, I put $100 in here. I want to use that whole $100. I put it on 100% and click buy TXE. And now your USDT would then be turned or converted, exchanged, swapped, sold into, or bought, whichever terminology you want to use in that instance. But you now have taken your USDT and exchanged it for TXE or vice versa. That is how you would set up and maneuver within the platform for what most of us would be using the exchange for. I just want to cover one other thing, then we'll open it up for questions about any of this at that time. Let's just say you had Bitcoin, Polygon, Ethereum, or any other crypto in any of your other accounts or wallets, or you was helping someone get set up and they said, hey, yeah, I have some of this coin or this token. You could actually send whatever that coin or token was directly to the exchange, by clicking on receive, come in here and either scrolling through the available coins and tokens available on the exchange, or just going up here and typing in, let's say I had Polygon. You can come up here and type in what you have, what that person has or what you have, and you could send that. Well, it doesn't have, it's under maintenance on that. So this is a great example. Polygon is offered on this exchange, but they letting you know, hey, we have that under maintenance right now. So Polygon wouldn't work in this instance. So let's say you had Litecoin. I'm just trying to get some things that some people may never heard of. So now you could come and grab the Litecoin address, that person, or you could then send that Litecoin to this address. And I'm going through this because I want you to understand one thing. TXC is paired with USDT. So if you were to send Litecoin to the exchange, this is what an exchange was meant to be able to do. Take one coin or one asset and then be able to put it into another asset. However, sometimes you may not be able to go directly from, in this case, we want TXC. You cannot go from Litecoin directly to TXC because TXC is not paired with Litecoin. So what would you do? If you had Litecoin, we go to trade. We go to spot trading. Go to trade. We go to spot trading. We go to, on the trade screen, instead of TXC right here, we now are going to type in Litecoin, LTC. Litecoin, if you notice, on this exchange, and this may vary from exchange to exchange, Litecoin is paired with USDT and it's paired with USD. So the question is, if I know I want TXC, and I'm just going to put this up here real quick, TXC is available on this exchange, but you'll notice it is only paired with USDT. So if I send Litecoin over to the exchange and I want to get to TXC, I'm not going to swap my Litecoin for USD, because then I would need to then swap my USD into USDT. So in this case, I would click on Litecoin paired with USDT first, skip a step. I'm going straight to USDT because I need USDT to get my TXC. So in this instance, I would click on sell, market, put in or drag the bar over to let the system know how much of my Litecoin I want to sell. In this case, I just put it on 100 and I would click sell Litecoin. When I sell that Litecoin, it would have just sold that Litecoin into USDT. Now I have USDT sitting in my account. What do I want? I want TXC. So I go to TXC. I want TXC, so I want to buy TXC. When do I want it? I want it now. So I'm going to do a market execution. How much do I want? I want all of it. And then I click buy TXC, and my USDT has now been exchanged, swapped, or used to buy TXC at the market value at that time, and I now have TXC. That's all we do on an exchange at its basic level. Go in and out of different cryptocurrencies and acquiring it based on what it's paired with on that particular exchange. All of these lines, charts, graphs, numbers, all of that kind of stuff would only come into play if you are an individual that says, okay, I want to go in now and I want to start predicting what the market is doing. That's when it becomes a little more advanced and a little more detailed in what you would need to do. But trading is nothing more than what I just showed you on the screen. It is nothing more than what I just showed you on the screen, other than when to get in and when to get out based on the current price at that particular point in time. Outside of that, everybody on this call right now is officially a trader. You're just not profitable yet. Any questions? I'm trying to find the chat real quick. There we go. Let's see. Okay, here's a question from Jody. You're new. My question is, should we sign up with all 9 exchanges that TXC is on? There is no need to sign up with all 9 exchanges. You can go through and determine which one you prefer. Or if you get to one and you feel comfortable knowing that you know how to buy, send, receive, and exchange from one coin or token to another, then I would say being familiar with how to use at least 2 of them would be good, just so you can have a backup or what have you. But there would be no need to actually be on each one of them. And I'll give you an example. You're seeing this screen right here. This is Pionex. I'm just going to click on another exchange real quick that does not have TXC available, but it's a totally different exchange. But you will see how similar they are. I'm going to go over here to Pionex. Other than the color of the screen, you will be able to see the layout is very similar, right? You go over here to your assets, your wallet, all of that kind of stuff. Corey may see what I got in there, so I'm not going to click on that or whatever. But the way this is laid out is pretty much the same, other than on the other screen, on the left-hand side over here, we had a drop down that we had to go to get to spot trading. Over here, it just shows you spot in and of itself. but you still have to go and click on spot trading. When you get to the trade screen, guess what? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Over here, you would go choose the coin or token that you wanted to buy or sell. The coin or token that you want. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna do a transaction for y'all real quick. Since I didn't have funds in the other one, I have AVAX. I think I have some AVAX in this account right now. It'll show you how many what that is and how much I have in USD, in USDT. I believe I have some in here. Yeah. And I could go right here instead of doing a limit order, I could do a market order, and I could say I want to buy. No, I want to sell. Yeah. I have 49 AVAX in there. I want to sell one AVAX is what I'm going to put in. And I'm going to click sell. Boom. That AVAX that I had, order just filled, and I literally increased my cash from 199 to 214 by selling that one. So it went from AVAX into USDT. And if I said, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to buy, I don't know how much AVAX, how much is it right now? It's 1431. So now I'm going to take that USDT that I just took out, and I'm going to use $14.31, and I'm going to buy AVAX. I just put my value back, available USDT back to 199, and my available Avalanche just went back to 47.9. So you can go back and forth. The difference is on an exchange, and this is not a huge deal with TXC right now because we're not using it in other wallets or whatever. On an exchange, going in and out from one coin to the other is a lot less expensive, like pennies per transaction than it would be if you were swapping tokens in a DeFi wallet. Instead of going to the warehouse or to the big grocery store where all the product is and you get a better price, swapping in a wallet is like going to the corner store, the convenience store. It may be faster sometimes and easier, or less steps, I should say, but it costs you a little bit more for the convenience or what have you. That's just kind of another way of looking at that. Okay. Let me see here.
Are you reading those? I'm typing in some answers, but
Oh, okay. I'm going
could
back. I'm going
could
back over there.
could you show her how to get to back to the how to get to the buy sell screen?
Absolutely. So to do that, if you're on your main page when you come in, you're going to go think buy, sell, think trade. Top left, go to trade, and you want to go to spot trading. Trade, spot trading. When you do that, it gives you the buy sell screen defaulted in the top left-hand corner. And here's something that I just clicked on because I was curious. You see this little toggle right here? If you click that, you will notice it has trading preferences automatically defaulted where confirmation required to place an order, which means that the system is already saying, hey, if a person comes in and they want to place an order, this is a new account, we're going to make them look at a pop-up on their screen to confirm, hey, is this really what you want to do? Before they allow it to go. They're just a security measure to make sure you don't make a mistake and do something that you didn't want to do without confirming it. And it also makes you confirm the price or what have you. But that's something that if you was doing a whole bunch of transactions and you were familiar with the exchange and you say, you know what, I don't need the pop-ups anymore. I'm proficient. I know what I'm doing. I'm never going to make a mistake. That was a joke or what have you. You could turn that off, but it never hurts to have confirmations in place when you're dealing with assets. But
Could you pretend that you were withdrawing some TXC real quick and to and to the app or to the wallet address or whatever? That would be kind of the next question.
absolutely. So at this particular point, let's say I just took some USDT and I acquired some TXC. Corey, yes, I did read that. I did not say THC. Some
Yeah.
TXC.
He left us for the day.
Oh, okay.
He got family coming in.
Oh, okay. So now what I want to do is I want to go to my wallet or go up here and highlight, just hover over wallet. And then you come down here and it says send crypto. Well, if I go to send crypto here, the same way I receive it, if I want to send it, I type in what I want to send. And in this case, I'm sending TXC. And now it lets me know that I have 0 available. But if you had TXC in this account, your balance would show right here. It shows you how much TXC you could actually send because the account does have a limit. I don't think I'm going to reach this limit today, but in 24 hours it allows me to send up to 297,000 TXC. So I'll be good with that. And the transaction fee is 0.1 TXC. So the transaction fee would be relatively small to send it. You would then paste the receiving address that you wanted it to go to. In this case, for example, your TXC wallet address right here. You would put the amount in. You could type a number in or you could click all. It will then let you know how much you will be getting. Typically, it will automatically take out the transaction fee so that you'll know the amount that you're actually going to be receiving at this address. And you would click submit. Now, at this particular point, when you start withdrawing from the account, you will see right here it says your account's security level is too low. Please bind a mobile phone number or Google Authenticator to your account to enable the withdrawal process. This means you can choose to set up, basically they're saying, hey, you need to put a two-factor authentication on your account for security purposes before we are going to allow you to withdraw from the exchange. And then you could choose to either set up Google Authenticator. If you already have Google Authenticator installed on your phone, it makes it easier. You can put in your email address right here because this one looks like it's going to give you two. Oh no, this is just a security feature so someone else couldn't be in your account and change your two-factor. So it's going to, unless they had access to your email address also. So just another security feature within the process of setting up a security feature. If I did this, it would then, in fact, I think it already sent it to me. Yep, it sent me a security code. Put it in here, confirm, and then it will take me to where I can actually, if I had 2FA on my phone, I'm not going to set it up because one of y'all going to try to get in my account one day. So I'm going to set up another one or what have you. But I could scan that and actually have two factors set up on the account so that when you get ready to go through the withdrawal process and you hit submit right here, it will pop up a screen that will require you to put in that two-factor authenticator, or you could bind your phone and then your phone would then send you a text message of some sort with a code that you would have to type in. Again, a second layer of security so that no one can gain access to your account and withdraw your assets without physically having another device that you have or access to an account login that you may hopefully will not have given them or what have you. So that is how you would actually go through the withdrawal process. See. To send. Okay. Were there any other questions that I may have missed? And let me see, or you can just raise your hand and I may see it faster that way too. Um, anything? Thomas, anything?
Well, we got some typing going on. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I have to leave to go to work. Okay. Folks, have a great day if you got to go. If anybody has any questions, feel free to raise your hand, and then we'll open it up for you. If not, we'll give it a couple countdowns here. If not, I do know that there will not be an extension to after Thanksgiving. So get your people in by this Saturday. Okay. So I did ask the question, and for administration reasons, they're barely wanting this to happen, right? So this extension is a very large gift for us. If they had their druthers, they wouldn't have went past the last deadline. Okay, I know that we want to get our people in, but we do have that power until Saturday at 6 Central Time. So if you want your people to get BOGO. I am so grateful for this training, and I was following along with you, and it looks like a lot of people were. Herschel, could you give some wisdom and take it out of here until tomorrow when Miss Phyllis comes on here and gives us some more good stuff?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things I will say is that everything is not always the most exciting thing to do when you're learning and understanding in the beginning. But I can tell you the smiles come when you have the basics understood. And I challenge each and every one of you to actually go through the process between now. I know the holidays are coming up or whatever next week or whatever, but before Thanksgiving, go on to whether it be Pionex, Dex Dash Trade, or both, or any of the other exchanges. And maybe we'll have to do, I can't remember whether we've done Uniswap in the past before.
No, we should
If
though.
not, I can do Uniswap so you can see what it looks like on a decentralized exchange as opposed to a centralized exchange and kind of to be able to know the difference. It's one thing to hear it, and I understand that. It's one thing to hear people using all these terms, but when you see it, you really start to understand the difference in the dynamics that are associated with it. And yeah, so we definitely want to do that. But I
Hey, we
challenge
got an
each,
opening on Wednesday, Herschel.
I will do it. That's
All
fine.
right, man. I love filling the slots. So we are booked through Thanksgiving, guys. It's set match, and Herschel's always the man, and that's Uniswap because Bobby talked about that yesterday and how powerful that is, right?
Right,
On there.
because you stay in control. You
Yeah.
you are staying in control throughout at that point or what have you. So that yeah, we'll definitely go through that process so everybody can see it. But like I said, I want to challenge each and every one of you to be familiar. If you're not already, to be familiar with how to maneuver in and out of TXC on at least two exchanges. And I'll give you a hint here. If you get one set up, just send whatever you got from that exchange over to the other exchange. And you can do it with $10. Just move it so you can see. And you will also get to see the limits, because some exchanges will allow you to do transactions, but they may only allow you to do it if you're over a certain dollar amount as well. So if you try $10 and you get there and you figure out, man, I had to have 11, then you have to send another dollar or call Thomas and have him send you one or what have you. So you want to know those type of things when you're not pressed for time, when you're not stressing out, and more importantly, when you're not on the phone with a new person that's just getting started and you realize a small little thing like that sometimes flusters a person because they're wondering like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And you didn't do anything wrong because a pop-up came up on the screen. And you just don't know how easing and calming it can be to a new person when you can immediately say, oh, it's okay. This is all you have to do. It makes a difference over time. It makes a difference. So that's our assignment. That's all I have for everyone. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll toss it back to you, Tom.